fire. This do I bring you. Mine hands are full of these. There is joy in the setting out. There is joy in the journey. There is joy in the goal. 20 feet. Only if ye are sorrowful, or weary, or angry, or discomforted, then ye may know that ye have lost the golden thread. The thread wherewith I guide you to the heart of the groves of Eleusis. My disciples are proud and beautiful. They are strong and swift. They rule their way like mighty conquerors. 25. The weak, the timid, the imperfect, the cowardly, the poor, the tearful. These are mine enemies. Destroy them. This also is compassion, an end to the sickness of earth, a rooting out of the weeds, a watering of the flowers. 25. Oh, my children, ye are more beautiful than the flowers. Ye must not fade in your season. 28. I love you. I would sprinkle you with the divine dew of immortality. 29. I offer you the certain consciousness of bliss. 30. I offer it at once on earth before an hour had struck upon the bell. You shall be with me in the bones that are beyond decay.
And I am come against sorrow, against weariness, against them that seek to enslave you.
But it is the most basic question.
11. I pour you lustral wine, that giveth you delight both at the sunset and the dawn. 12. Come with me, and I will give you all that is desirable upon the earth. Because I give you that of which earth and its joys are but as shadow. 14. They flee away, but my joy abideth me. even unto the end. 15. I have hidden myself beneath a mask. I am a black and terrible God. 16. With courage conquering fear shall ye approach me. Ye shall lay down your heads upon mine altar, expecting the sweep of the sword. But the first kiss of love shall be radiant on your lips, and all my darkness and terror shall turn to light and joy. 18. Only those who fear shall fail, those who have bent their backs to the yoke of slavery, until they can no longer stand upright, them will I despise. 19. But you who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety or force, you will I take unto me, even I will take you unto me. 20. I ask you to sacrifice nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all.
In the name of the Lord of Initiation, Amen. When I fly and I alight as an hawk, of mother of emerald are my mighty sweeping wings. 2. I swoop down upon the black earth, and it gladdens into green at my coming. 3, children of earth! Rejoice! Rejoice exceedingly! For your salvation is at hand. The end of sorrow is come. I will ravish you away into mine unutterable joy. I will kiss you and bring you to the bridal. I will spread a feast before you in the house of happiness. 6. I am not come to rebuke you or to enslave you. 7. I bid you not turn from your voluptuous ways, from your idleness, from your follies. But I bring you joy to your pleasure, peace to your languor, wisdom to your folly. 9. All that ye do is right, if so be that ye enjoy it. 10. I am come against sorrow, against weariness, against them that seek to enslave you. In the name of the Lord of Initiation, Amen. 1. I fly and I alight as an hawk.
Scott's and fallacy, right? Like, that's not what I said. You did say the best we can hope for. The replays are on, but and you can go ahead and rewind them if you want. That's not what I said.
Well, what did you say, Ben?
It's the best we got right now. Okay, right. So essentially, It's not
It's
a
the bad
maybe
guy.
it's
something
words or not. Like,
because
no,
something-
stop for a second. Diogenes, you and I have interacted with each other for the last 5 years over this app, or however many years it's been over this app. I would urge you, if you want to have a legitimate conversation with me, which it seems like you do, I would urge you to take me at what I say, not at what you think I'm saying. In order for us to have a productive conversation, if that is at all possible.
This is no longer being productive. This is no longer productive.
You will be sent back to the audience.
Well, that's fine. I got things to do. I could give two shits.
Okay, well, you will have to do less than that.
Mother of Emerald are my mighty
I could give
sweeping
two
wings.
shits.
2, I swoop down upon the black earth, and it gladdens into green at my coming. 3, children of earth, rejoice, rejoice exceedingly, for your salvation is at hand. The end of sorrow is come. I will ravish you away into mine, unutterable joy. I will kiss you and bring you to the bridal. I will spread a feast before you in the house of happiness. I am not come to rebuke you or to enslave you. I bid you not turn from your voluptuous ways, from your idleness, from your follies, but I bring you joy to your pleasure, peace to your languor, wisdom to your folly. All that evil is right, if so be that enjoy it. Although the evil is right, if so be that enjoy it. 10, when come against sorrow, against weariness, against them that seek to enslave you. Be thou therefore prompt and active as the sylphs, but avoid frivolity and caprice. Be irritated and strong like the salamanders, but avoid irritability and ferocity. Be flexible and attentive to images like the undines, but avoid idleness and changeability. Be laborious and patient like the moles, but avoid grossness and 20, so shalt thou gradually develop the powers of thy soul, and fit thyself to command the spirits of the elements. For wert thou to summon the gnomes to pander to thine avarice, thou wouldst no longer command them, they would command thee. Wouldst thou abuse the pure beings of the woods and mountains to fill thy coffers and satisfy thy hunger of gold? Wouldst thou debase the spirits of loving fire to know that with such desires thou canst but attract the weak, not the strong. And in that case, the weak will have power over thee. 21. In the true religion there is no sect. Therefore take heed that thou blaspheme not the name by which another knoweth his God. For if thou do this thing in Jupiter, thou wilt blaspheme. God and in Osiris. God, ask and ye shall have, seek and ye shall find, knock, it shall be open unto you.
Picked it up while the dog was in rigor mortis, which means it has been dead for more than 3 or 4 hours.
Toast. Do you know that Diogenes has a room going right now? Hello?
You know what? It's not even my room anymore. It belongs to everybody else. Fuck it.
I'm gonna go back down. Okay.
You get you.
Why? Why?
Yeah,
What do you want?
whatever the hell you want.
He's very
Are you
delicate.
scared?
He's very delicate. Honey protects his consciousness.
Give him a chance to speak. That's not really fair. I mean, I hate.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I don't
have to do that.
like I don't like guilty by association, right?
You don't?
Oh yeah. Okay. Then apply that to your friends. KGB.
Well, I do like for instance, right? Let's say you hang out with a person who's racist. Does that mean you're racist, Toast?
Yeah, and you are racist too, just like me, honey.
Oh my God. Well, I would like. Oh wow, it's a blood sport now. It's not even about Donald Trump anymore.
Yeah, I'm just like that. I'm just like.
I'm turning the fucking head waving off everybody. Do whatever you want to do. Go ahead.
Let's go.
I'm just like getting the pivot. I'm just like getting the I'm just using your same criteria.
It's a different toast.
It's different.
Yes.
Okay.
Next to the toast, we like that.
Okay, I'm just using your
Be thou therefore prompt and active as the sylphs, but avoid frivolity and caprice. Be energetic and strong like the salamanders, but avoid.
Like Honey is somehow in favor of animal abuse because he hung out with someone or had a conversation with someone who abused her animals.
This
right?
is so
like,
stupid. This is so
Yeah, you were
stupid.
so stupid. Holy shit. It was so boring also. Like,
Irritability and ferocity.
just like
Be flexible and attentive.
Well, when Regal said you can do whatever you
Can
want,
you stop?
I just started playing
So we can
music.
actually have a normal conversation. Can the other people talk?
This is a blood
You
sport.
came in. You came in when you said stupid shit and started accusing people. So I'm just like asking you, are we gonna hold the same criteria?
What's
Are you a
important?
lawyer?
What's important is that this is a waste of time, and we should all acknowledge how much of a waste of time it is. You're welcome.
We're wasting
To
time.
images like the undines, but avoid idleness and changeability. Be laborious and patient like the gnomes, but avoid grossness and avarice.
I'm sure your friend was
20.
sexual abuse.
20, so shalt thou gradual develop the powers of thy soul, and bend thyself to command the spirits of the elements. For where thou discerning gnomes dependent to thine avarice, thou wouldst no longer command them, but they would command thee. Wouldst thou abuse the pure beings of the woods and mountains to fill thy coffers and satisfy thy hunger of gold? Wouldst thou deface the spirits of living fire to serve thy fire and thy tree? Wouldst thou violate the purity of the souls of the waters to pander to thy lust of debauchery? Wouldst thou force the spirits of the evening breeze to minister to thy folly and caprice? Know that with such desires thou canst but against the weak, not the strong, and in that case the weak will have power over thee. Over thee, over thee, over thee, over thee, over thee, over thee. 21. In a true religion, there is no
responsible for the election of someone.
Again, it's a semantically heavily worded question.
Hello, Diogenes. This is Megatron. I'm glad to be here.
I voted in the state of Maine. I'm not really sure how much my vote, quote unquote, mattered.
Oh, it matters.
A moment ago, Ben,
I voted in a predominantly liberal state.
Sure. Ben, I'm done pretending that I'm not. I'm done pretending, really. So
May I step in for a second?
Yeah, one moment, Perfumer. I want to make this point. At the beginning of the conversation, you're arguing that you had to vote for the lesser of the two evils. Something.
Sure, that is a.
You said that you voted because it would advance your interests. You said you voted because it would advance your interests, and now you said it was advancing your interests. And as a matter of fact, you're now claiming that it didn't even matter. Is it your cause? I voted to engage in actions which you truly believe have no impact?
I'll wait for you to finish.
Is he finished? Are you finished?
Are you finished, Diogenes? That is what I wanted to say. Please.
Okay, yeah, I voted in the state of Maine, which is a state that has a majority liberal populace. So my vote was basically like throwing a Dixie cup worth of water on a forest fire. Like like my vote doesn't quote unquote matter in the state of Maine. Like if I was voting in Michigan or a swing state, then it would actually.
Megatron, again, you're going to move from the room permanently.
Oh, that's fine. Enjoy your day with Perfumer and Ben.
I don't know why they put the moderator button so close to the audience button. This through a wake-up call.
Yeah, those would have very differing effects.
Something active as the sylphs, but avoid frivolity and caprice. Be irritated and strong like the salamanders, but avoid irritability and ferocity. Be flexible and attentive to images like the undines, but avoid idleness and changeability. Be laborious and patient like the gnomes, but avoid grossness. So shalt thou gradually develop the powers of thy soul, and fit thyself to command the spirits of the elements. So wert thou to summon the gnomes to pander to thine out.
I'm sorry, just the country. If we paid the minimum wage that Americans are asking, which is what, 20 to 25 an hour, is what people are really asking for these agricultural positions. Yeah. So if we really paid that, and Americans, we pay for that out of our taxes. We pay for the health care. We pay for the coverage. we do pitch into all this out of our taxes. So it always makes me wonder, are the American people ready to pay for that? And I really don't think we are. I really don't think people are ready for the surge in prices of food, for the surge in prices of, the labor costs. A lot of people are starting to go with AI and now automation for running these farms, which is interesting because people are going to be out of jobs fucking anyway in the next 20, 15 years, which is interesting to me. But I do believe, bro, these immigrants, and I've spoken to a lot of them actually work.
Talk politics?
Yeah, we have.
Okay, cool. So that's out of the way. So maybe this one will last.
It's really just like, do you hate the Palestinians? Yes. Great. I hate the Palestinians. Awesome. Nice. Kidding.
I need a new boyfriend.
That joke.
I need to find someone sexy.
Like just anybody?
Yeah. That's why I said fit. Like, you want someone hot. You want someone like...
Hey, John, do you have someone hot I could go on a date with in 5 minutes?
Yeah, he just lost his job. He's single, ready to mingle. It's got nothing to do this summer but collect unemployment checks.
What's his name?
Jared Taffel.
Is he real?
He's real as Jewish men get.
But you have a Jewish man in New York for me?
No, Chicago.
Oh, that's too far away.
Well, you could just go to the gym, smoke a little weed, read a book, and masturbate. That generally solves most problems.
Do you think that this picture's gonna get me in trouble?
No, there's nothing that can get you in trouble on this app.
You really think that's true?
Well, just the other day, my life was threatened vigorously. Like, I was told, welcome to your new reality, and that I was going to be assassinated shortly. That one kind of, got to me a little bit.
Assassinated is crazy.
Because you're a political person. You really made it.
Status.
You made it.
I made it to the assassination status.
Yeah, that's like really good.
A political candidate in Chicago was recently assassinated. It was believed his online presence was too controversial for people to psychologically comprehend and to not go crazy under. The potential authority and rulership of John Kitover was too much for people to handle on the internet. Clearly, it wouldn't have worked out in the real world.
His tyranny over the internet. That's more.
I'm not tyrannical, though. I just want to have fun. There's no violence. Everything else, we can work everything else out, but no violence.
Amen.
We just had a young girl here in Chicago murdered by a Venezuelan migrant. And the alderman said she thinks that the young girl startled him, and that's why he shot her in the back as she ran away.
Dear God.
I don't know. Sometimes I think that we should actually just stop doing representative democracy, Republican government. We should just become a military dictatorship. Because there's just different standards. We need one standard.
It's true.
It might keep America alive long enough to where then we can basically become a true democracy. No,
Will you invite me to be there as a citizen?
You're already there. What are you talking about? You're already at the party.
Okay. I'm gonna dye my hair orange, but so he says it looks terrible. Do you think I should do it?
Yeah, orange is not a good look. You look like a carrot.
Okay.
You can just drink carrot juice, but don't actually look like a carrot.
You saw what happened in Minnesota with that whole thing, John. People just got crazy, started throwing fucking snowballs, going everywhere. Walking street.
What? Because of the ice?
But they were mad about the feds, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Christy Noem got sacked. So that's a big thing, you know. She was apparently screwing Lewandowski on the airplane. She gave a $200 million advertising contract. Couldn't hear you. What?
Was she doing something with group sex?
Damn. Now we're increasing the Lashon Hara. I like that, Danny. Good work. You're not just a crisis actress. Yeah, you might have. I didn't actually follow too much of it.
There was some text about some. I don't know. What were you gonna say happened?
She was having threesomes on DHS1.
Allegedly.
David, dude, what is up with you, bro? Like, how are you? You can't be happy, bro.
I'm not your bro, pal.
Oh, I see how it is. Well, did you go to the hockey game this week? Did you bring McZed? Did you guys have a good time?
Actually, I gave my hockey tickets for tonight. I gave away to a friend.
Cool. Well, anyways, you were
actually to his fiancée and her coworker at Zillow.
Cool. Well, you were so drunk yesterday that each sentence, not only did it take 30 seconds, but so incomprehensible and so just.
Send me the recording.
Sure. It's like you're drooling or something, like constantly drooling because you drink too much tequila or vodka or gin. You don't drink tequila? Oh, I would love to see you on tequila. Ooh, that would be one for the record books for you. Well, David, all I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to be mean here, but like, how do you can't possibly be happy that drunk. Like, that's not like happy drunk. That's like,
I'm always happy.
I know, but how can you be happy when you're that drunk? That's what I don't understand. And why do you become really stupid? Like, I know alcohol causes retardation and lower IQ. When you test people who drink alcohol, their IQ goes way down. So I'm just like wondering, like
Justin Timberlake trying to cross the road.
Exactly. He was like, I'm on a world tour. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, how do I explain this to you? How do I explain this to you? I can't because I'm drunk. And that's when he knew. He was like, oh, okay, well, we're going to DUI you because you actually can't respond anymore. And so that's what I'm saying is like yesterday when you were on this app and many other days on this app, like at least when I drink alcohol and smoke weed, you can still comprehend me. And I can actually formulate intelligent conversation. Unlike you, friend, buddy, pal.
Your friend,
buddy, pal. Oh, with all due respect.
Warmers are called minglers.
With all due respect. With all due respect.
I mean, there's only one of us who had drinks with Diego, and only one of us who ran away from Diego.
Is Diego gonna be gone for a while?
Ooh. With all due respect. David, what was that? What's up in your PTR again? That was the Gucci what?
The collab with 2001 Space Odyssey.
2001 collab, yeah. I was laughing so hard when you said that to Cora the other day. Anyways, on behalf of the government, I would just like to encourage you all to vote for John Kitover. February 23rd, 2027 in the upcoming Chicago mayoral election. If you're a resident in Chicago and you're sick of the crony, fraudulent politicians that just lie out of both sides of their mouth.
I thought you were booted from the
Yeah, I thought we were booted. What's the update?
Well, you guys don't actually work for my campaign, follow my campaign, nor do you even care about my campaign. But I was a congressional candidate up until March 17th, 2026. And now
Rick donated to you.
Yeah, that's because he's a patriot, unlike you, who has a giant pussy in between his legs, pal. Actually, based on your weight, it's probably a small, tight pussy. Actually, I can't do online harassment or abuse anymore because the algorithm is too intelligent to allow me to make fun of people, you know? So it's basically course correcting my behavior. So let's just put a flower on top of that little slit in between your legs, Dr. David. 2 PhDs in math.
So
You are a funny
John
son of a
still-
bitch.
John.
I'm a mayoral candidate now for Chicago.
Oh, mayoral. Oh, yeah.
Mayor John. Put some respect on that name, pal.
The mayor of New York, like we would have liked you here.
I know. My sister said that if I win the mayoralship, she's going to move back to Chicago. And she said if Mamdani did it, you could do it. I believe in you. And I was like, thanks, sister. Oh, David took off. David couldn't handle it.
I think you should do it. It may take a while. I didn't realize how long Trump was trying to get president. You know?
Hmm. Well, what's interesting is when you run and you create an online presence and you actually meet real voters, everybody I meet with and everybody that signs my petition or follows me, I can now influence that person on how they're going to vote in the upcoming election, whether it's for me or it's for somebody else. So the work is actually just creating a network. And that's all you're really doing. And then the messaging and the marketing, you know, that's the influence part. And to me, that's the fun part. It's annoying having to meet people, you know, because it's like coming to a new clubhouse room every single, you know, time. And it's cool. Like the thing is though, having, you know, gotten signatures and meeting with voters, everybody wants to ask you questions. And some of the questions they're just yes or no questions, and it makes it very difficult to communicate unless you know how. So guess how I've gotten around having to answer difficult questions while you're in the street, just asking somebody for a signature. I just bring a pad of paper and a pencil, and I say, write down your question here, and write down your top 3 priorities if you were mayor. That's how I do it. Then there's no more debate. Because I am you and you are me now. Your complaint is my complaint, and we've written it down.
You know what's interesting about that? You know, big organizations, companies hire these people. You know who I'm talking about, to come in and tell them how to fix their company. And you know, really all it is you know, just taking those employees and setting them down, just saying, hey, how would you fix? Give me your top 3 reasons. How would you fix it? And then you just put that all together in a nice little, you know, document, and then you give it back to them. You say, here you go. Here's how you fix it.
Okay, so the complicated part always comes into the emotional component of that worker. You can't change that person's anger, frustration, sadness, rage. You can't just fix it by having a conversation. And that's actually part of what the problem is in a lot of organizations. If they're trying to achieve a certain level of, you know, excellence or increase in metrics, a lot of it is just the will of the workers, and they don't want to exceed or excel. And the thing is, you can't just fire somebody because you need that worker. You can, but
it happens all the time.
I get it, but if you fire somebody, you have to make that calculation. Is it worth it? Because the replacement, like look at it from a real estate perspective. If I lose a tenant for just 1 month, or 2 to 3 months, let's say, and they're only paying $1,000 in rent, it takes years to replenish those missed months. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a huge deal to miss even 1 month of revenue. Because
that's why COVID took out all the landlords that were just getting by.
COVID took out a lot of people, and it took out
It
a
really
lot.
fucked with Dimitri's family.
Yeah, it fucked with a lot of people. Yeah, you're right. I knew a guy though. He owned a building. He had 40 people in there, 40 units. Nobody was paying him rent. And I was like, why don't you just turn the building over to me, and I'll collect what I can collect? And he's like, nah, don't worry about it. I was like, all right, good luck. And they survived, and they did the PPP loan because he's a fucking lawyer. And the guy probably made out like a bandit, never paid back the loan. Do you know how many people did these PPP loans? They gave out $1 trillion.
I didn't do it. Like, bro, I felt like it was a setup. That's why I didn't. I was like, this is going to be one of the things.
I think you're in the Matrix.
Yeah, yes.
But it's not just that. I was reading today they just brought down a crime syndicate. They did $100 million in Medicare fraud. Imagine just like living in a nice neighborhood and people are like, oh, what does this guy do? Oh, he's a doctor. That guy's a doctor? Yeah, he owns a medical device technology company. He's worth $100 million. And it's like, whoa, wow. The guy's going to jail now for 20 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was a doctor?
No, he just said he was a doctor.
Oh, he pretended to be a doctor?
Yep. The thing is, though, if you steal $100 million from the U.S. government and you're still in the United States and you haven't made it off to like some non-extradition state, like you're stupid. Like, what? How long did you think it was going to last? Because snitch lines are real. I don't know if you ever go to the IRS criminal investigation website or X account.
100%. Yeah, you get payouts if you're a really, really good snitch.
Yeah. If you know somebody that committed massive amounts of fraud and they're living the high life and you report them, you can get a percentage of what they recover. So we live in like a snitch. Actually, this app is technically just like a gossip app, gossip generator. And there is a tip line. I don't know if you know this, but you can email tips at Clubhouse if you want to report gossip straight to Joe Armenia. So
who's that guy? Who's Joe Armenia? Is that like a New York?
No, he's
Is that
the security.
government?
He's the security on the
Clubhouse.com.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
security.
he's not like a government guy. Maybe he is.
No. Anyways.
I'm a little paranoid, John. How do I fix it?
I told you earlier, smoke a little weed, go to the gym, masturbate, and take a nap and have a nice dinner.
I smoked a half pound in 2 months.
That's way too much.
Yeah, that's why I'm so crazy.
Yeah, you have to look at it as not like a thing to like fetishize over, but to just quickly ingest and move. Because what people don't realize is when they say, oh, you drink and you do drugs, like that's a common thing people say. But what you're actually doing is putting a chemical in your bloodstream and in your brain to change your consciousness. And so the whole thing is it deals with chemistry and basically cupping, meaning that like you are a cup and what you put in it is what you are. But it's more than that because you have to mix it with action. You can't just, put chemicals into your consciousness without modifying action. That's the whole thing. Like, and that means going to the gym, going to the park, doing yoga for an hour. Could you imagine doing yoga at the park for a whole hour? Like, it's an amazing experience. But the thing is, a lot of people really need the dopamine. Like this app generates a tremendous amount of dopamine. So if you can mix your activity with even this app, that's like killing 1 to 2 birds, with one stone. So
hell yeah, doing yoga on Clubhouse.
yeah, and on YouTube and on TikTok.
I want to go somewhere for like a night and do mushrooms, like away from everything.
Dude, Danny, you need to do DMT. Go watch my music video. Get you some DMT. Freaking light that shit up and lay back and kaleidoscope your way out of this.
How do you smoke DMT?
Like a crack pipe. You gotta do it like that.
You don't need to do that, Danny. That could be too much for you. All you really need is a little bit of cannabis.
The first time I did DMT, I felt normal. I just was like, let's put the groceries away.
That's
you
really
have to, like meditate, and it has to be like spiritual. It's not like something you do recreationally.
Right.
No, I felt like it was instant meditation. Like I felt like I didn't have to do anything. But I was afraid I was gonna overdose and die. But my friend that did it, she told me she felt like she was dying the whole time, and it was a very bad experience. But I felt very calm.
Okay, so when you say instant meditation, there's another term for that, which is called, you could either call it gnosis or unity, or you could call it, there's another term for it. I'll think of it.
Yeah, wait, I'm curious what that is.
It's a different term. But anyways, what I'm saying is reading to me reading books is true meditation because you have to focus to read a book. And if you read it out loud, it's like ultra instant focus meditation. So if you come on Clubhouse and you read a book, it's an experience. And so
What if instead of reading the book you listened to it and it opened up like that?
yeah, that too. But see,
You know
if
what I
you
mean?
yeah, but if you read it out loud and you record it, then you can re-listen to your recording as well.
Oh yeah.
And so you get multiple like see the whole thing deals with like your brain. This is all brain science. Like you have to create new neurosynaptic gaps of understanding through words. Words are actually technology, and the usage of sounds in communication is a technology that didn't always exist between humans. So we are living in the golden age of communication technology. Why do you think they call it IT, information technology? That's just actually another way of saying communication technology. But what I'm telling you is a book is the secret. Books are secrets. It's magic because it's programming for you to go achieve things, accomplish things, do things. Imagine if your programming was only Clubhouse. You would be a schizophrenic mess.
Oh shit! Is that what happened?
Yeah, exactly. It's
What I've been doing is I've been taking like the text and then hopping back and forth between Notebook LM and ChatGPT,
Mhm.
and it makes some pretty dope podcasts. Just it's in a minute, but it's pretty impressive. To be honest.
Mm. Well, show me.
Danny,
What?
Don't just tell me, Brock. Show it to me. Post a link.
never mind.
I could send you one of them from class.
Great scores on your quizzes and stuff.
Thank you. That was my midterm today.
What'd you get? Let me see.
Eat that shit.
Oh shit, you did. Can I get a pack of gummies and 2 dog walkers?
Yeah, thank you. I was so stressed about it, and I was like, wow, I passed.
Brock, text me. I put my number in the chat. Just text me if you can, because I want to create more content. My whole campaign for the mayorship of Chicago, mayoralship, is actually just like an art project that could have significant real world impact because of the art. And I think that's like the best strategy. There's no guarantee I win, but the strategy, the communication strategy, is through content creation, which is just art. Like Big Law here, she has created some amazing art with her voice. No one can do it like Big Law. Oh yeah. She's the Clubhouse Cardi B.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks for my originality, but like anyone can do my huh yeah thing. I just sound different. Everyone gonna sound different. Don't you agree with that though? The huh yeah thing, I stole it from TikTok. I didn't do anything.
I know, but it's still you. So you create art, and that's your art, and it's should be complimented.
Oh,
I'm a critic.
yeah. Like, I get what you're saying. Yeah, thank you. I get what you're saying. I branded myself.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
But it's pretty impressive, Kitover. Like it streamlines everything, and then I can kind of tell it like how I learn. I can say like, give me a militaristic briefing, and it'll kind of use that verbiage whenever it's talking to me, and I understand better that way when I listen to it like that. It's really neat.
Do you know what an operations order is?
I do.
So basically, it's really just who, what, where, when, why, and how, and that's it. Because you're just trying to define all the variables of the situation. And then you do like a reverse timetable of operations from start to finish. And then you go from finish to start to try to like uncover potential difficulties on the journey.
Wow.
You know what the most powerful feature of the human brain is?
Let me guess before you say it. Powerful feature of the human brain. The powerful feature of the human brain would be our thinking, right? Or the thinking part.
Yes, but there's one word that I'm thinking of in particular, which is imagination.
Oh, fuck, you got me. Fucking try. Like we can dream. Deja vu, all that shit.
No, meaning that if you can think it or you can visualize it, you can actually create it. Maybe.
Correct.
Potential creation. It's creative intelligence. The brain has the capacity to generate creative intelligence in a way that AI can't really do because it's not alive. It's just responding to our program. But we can create new programs to program ourselves, like what you're doing with these tests and going to school and reading, and you're modifying your brain's neurosynaptic gaps and the way in which you interact with your environment now, because now you have more knowledge. The more knowledge you have, the greater your wisdom base is. And the word wisdom is the domination of the wise, or how knowledge dominates, society. So this is the information technology power revolution.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm doing two things at once, but I am listening. I'm trying to.
Brock, can you ping Koala in here? He's been kicked from every room.
Yeah.
He's
he's
here.
on one of those.
He's here.
I found your black tonic.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen two black. Did you know there's two black Tonys, Koala?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I thought he was. I didn't know which one he was talking about.
Wait, which Tony did you find?
Yeah, which one?
Let me just put his profile picture in the chat. Profile.
Don't get deleted. Don't get into
it. There's a profile link in the chat.
Oh yeah, that's the one I ran into. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my friend, Tony Mays.
Yeah, precisely. And I was like coming in the room, I was just saying, "Hey, fuck you, Tony," and he just got red lamp. It's me, remember? What's your name? Tony. Fuck you, Tony, and he got red lamp. You were like crying like a bitch. Bad. Look at.
Hey, Juju, y'all hear me? Thank you. Sam was gonna go next because he's been trying to get in. So I just don't like the whole okay, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Go ahead.
I'm saying that somebody call you like nigga, they're insane. That's
I never said that you didn't. I was saying.
What the fuck, mother? What the fuck?
I never said that.
Don, you just said for him not to do that, Don. Can you just stand on like one square?
No. It was about, we were criticizing the idea. I think it was something along the lines of about hard work, or about like the market's unfair and something like that, things like that.
Yeah. We brought up examples in which you could criticize the market and it'd be about criticism, right? Even if like you start like your education in a zone where there's demand, right? Like you can surely see like people on the right doing the same thing, right? Like
TikTok. Live access removed on TikTok. All 3 accounts in one day.
Like equally as unfavorable to you.
Because there's no agreement.
No, he said because. Go ahead.
No, there's no contractual. Like there's no contractual agreement with the idea that because you work your ass off and work hard that you're entitled to anything from the government.
Yeah, well, never said entitled, right?
There is.
Well, yeah, but like what we mentioned to you, what me and Steele were mentioning to you, was that like, okay, there's still a valid criticism. You said, no, there isn't, because you could have chosen something else. Right?
Yeah, you could have chosen something else.
Yeah, so but I'm saying, how does that negate the ability to criticize it, right? Like people on the right are doing it too. They're doing it as well.
Yeah, no, they're wrong too. They're wrong too.
Okay, so you think that because they could have chosen something else, it negates their ability to criticize?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. When Samoa comes back, I don't want anybody to be like, no, that's not what he was saying. No, okay? Very clear, very cut and dry.
No, I'm saying, look, if you choose a job, right?
Less depressing.
There was a market for it.
I'm a little depressed today, but
or something like that.
I mean, I can't be like, yo, this is kind of like fucked up. Let's say I'm a trucker, right? Something that happens.
I said this before.
Yeah. Obviously, you agree this, but I'm saying, look, let's say my job starts paying me like half as much as what he used to pay me, right? You're saying.
What happened to teens? A little help.
Hello, my fellow Christians. I come with good news. I come with good news, my fellow Christians. I have discovered or rediscovered what's called the Bible, which is a book, and it's the basis of your faith. And since it's so important, I'm so surprised that many people don't spend any time reading it on this app, but they profess their faith in the Lord Jesus Christ over and over, but they never read the book on here. They could spend 20 hours saying all kinds of stupid words about nothing, but they never spend the time to read the book to each other. What kind of Christian faith is that? What kind of Christian charity and love is that? I've never seen such love. I wouldn't call it love. I would actually call it retardation. And, I am retarded. Thank you, I am complete. And I am retarded.
oh my gosh. Okay. So wait a minute. So Chicago, and I love your name.
Thou wouldst no longer command them, they would command thee. Wouldst thou abuse the pure beings of the woods and mountains to fill thy coffers and satisfy thy hunger of gold? Wouldst thou debase the spirits of running fire to wrath and hatred? Wouldst thou violate the purity of the souls of the waters and to thy destruction go to wouldst thou force the spirits of the evening breeze? Leaves the no, that with such desires thou canst, but attract the weak, not the strong.
So, like I said,
And in that case, the weak will have power over thee. 21. In the true religion there is no sect. Therefore take heed that thou blaspheme not the name by which another knoweth his God.
Well, you see, my theory of communication is it doesn't really matter what you say. It's actually the content itself. So until I hear people read books, everybody's content here is now just redundant and it's in syndication. So good luck with your syndication and your redundancy and your repetition until the last day of your life. Until you read something, I hate to tell you, or play an audiobook. The thing is, you're in control of the programming and the content. It's almost like working for Channel 11, WTTW, or WGN. What you would do is actually put on good programming or content for the people in the community that are trying to learn stuff. I have a nonprofit now. It's called the Derek Zoolander. We help people who don't read books anymore or don't know things so good anymore. It's a nonprofit dedicated to reading books and education. I am complete and I am retarded. Hello?
I barely hear the word you said, but thank you, Joanna. I'm just going to start reading where I re-summarized each chapter that I've read in just the past month. Now, this is about 52 pages long.
You know, sit in traffic. Like, they don't give a fuck about you sitting in traffic. They want you to go home frustrated, not to be able to be parents to your kids. Exactly. Your kids being awards of the state, go to school. They keep coming home. Hey, my kids won't listen to me. Now they got ADD. So it's like a huge circle that just overlap one another. One little ecosystem to another. But overall, it's a big, giant revolving door of just, the rat race, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Exactly. Keep you in it. That's why once you reach a certain currency, wealth, then they gonna come to you so they can buy in and have their hand in your shit, no matter.
try to derive some kind of discernment.
Hi, could you text me when you start reading a book or something? Thanks.
I just started reading and then you left.
That's too much.
I'm just trying to say there's optimal programming and optimal communication, and unfortunately, Megatron here, though entertaining, for many years has failed to provide adequate education to his people. And I'm just trying to come in here with an opinion and, say reading a book is actually great for the brain and great for other people. I am complete and I am retarded. Sorry, I am retarded. I'm retarded and I'm on the spectrum. Hello?
I love you.
Does anybody want to talk about their service that they had in church yesterday and what it was about?
Sure.
I'll do this thing in Jupiter that will breastfeed. Asking me for help, seeking me to find, knock, it shall be open, I'm seeking.
Then you have like a shared respect, and I don't know. If I was a millionaire or if I was a mayor of Calgary up here, maybe this is something that I would invest some time and money into. Try to get everybody to sort of do this thing. Ben, go ahead.
Yeah, so Matt, question for you now. There's the phrase that gets tossed around a lot. This isn't gotcha or anything like that. I'm genuinely curious to know. You and I disagree on a lot of things.
Yeah,
we argue. I think you argue in good faith, which is more than I can say for most people on this app, quite frankly. Including the room that we were in yesterday. I'm like, look, I may be on the other side of the argument. Like I said, I might have been on that guy's side of it, but that's like, come on, we can argue in good faith.
Sure.
So I'll ask you this in regards to what you guys were just talking about. There's a phrase that gets thrown around a lot here in the United States, which is diversity is our strength.
Right.
I don't agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Because I think that, like, if you look at and again, obviously militaries are oftentimes not a good indication of a society.
Right.
But if you want people to all rally together and accomplish goals together, you have to get everybody marching in the same direction.
100%, Ben.
And so, again, I'm not using militaries as a way of saying we should run society like a military. No, I'm obviously not. But I'm saying that.
Cell phones that he got from the food stamp tents.
Hi, moderators. I'm just humbly asking for some content that could bring me contentment in my life. And I'm sorry, but I don't feel the moderators here are giving me the contentment that my brain and body and community deserves. Hello?
Okay, so how about you take a book?
Green bean retards.
Be thou therefore prompt and active as the sylphs, but avoid frivolity and caprice. Be energetic and strong like the salamanders, but avoid irritability and ferocity. Be flexible and attentive to images like the undines, but avoid idleness and changeability. Be laborious and patient like the gnomes, but avoid grossness and avarice. 20. 20, so shalt thou gradual develop the powers of thy soul, and fit thyself to command the spirits of the elements. For wert thou to summoning gnomes to pander to thine avarice, thou wouldst no longer command them, but they would command thee. Wouldst thou abuse the pure beings of the woods and mountains to fill thy coffers and satisfy thy hunger of gold? Wouldst thou debase the spirits of living fire to serve thy fire? Thy free!
I don't think so. I think people occupy certain areas, and then you have other people that move into the area. Like, so to me, it's like when I'm looking at the person I wanted for my job, then I will float that kind of employment back home. And then I will bring people.
Wouldst thou violate the purity of the souls of the waters to pen?
Like every friendship group has it and stuff like that.
We have it with our office. Yeah, I'm just not involved. I'm like, fuck you guys, I gotta go make some leads.
To thy lust of debauchery. Wouldst thou force the spirits of the evening breeze to minister to thy folly and caprice? Know that with such desires thou canst but attract the weak, not the strong, and in that case the weak will have power over thee. 21! In the true religion there is no sex, therefore take heed that thou blaspheme not the name by which another knoweth is God. For if thou do this thing in Jupiter, thou wilt blaspheme. HB, foe, HB, Yod and Osiris, HB, for HB, Yod, ask and ye shall have, seek and ye shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you.
Do good unto others for its own sake, not for reward, not for gratitude from them. Remember that this earth is but an atom in the universe, and that thou thyself art but an atom thereon, and that even couldst thou become the god of this earth, whereon thou crawlest and grovellest, that thou wouldest, even then, be but an atom, and one amongst many. 15. Nevertheless, have the greatest self-respect, and to that end sin not against thyself. The sin which is unpardonable is knowingly and willfully to reject truth, to fear knowledge, lest that knowledge pander to thy prejudices. To obtain magical power, learn to control thought, admit only those ideas that are in harmony with the end desired, and not every stray and contradictory idea that presents itself. is a means to an end. Therefore, pay attention to the power of silent thought and meditation. Material act is but the outward expression of thy thought. And therefore hath it been said that the thought of foolishness is sin. Thought is a commencement of action. And if a chance thought can produce much effect, what cannot fixed thought do? 18. Therefore, as hath already been said, establish thyself firmly in the equilibrium of forces, in the center of the cross of the elements, the cross from whose center the creative word issued in the birth of the dawning universe. 19. Be thou therefore prompt and active as the sylphs, but avoid frivolity and caprice. Be energetic and strong like the salamanders, but avoid irritability and ferocity. Be flexible and attentive to images like the undines, but avoid idleness and changeability. Be laborious, audacious, like the gnomes, but avoid grossness and avarice. Not for gratitude from them, not for sympathy. If thou art generous, thou wilt not long for thine ears to be tickled by expressions of gratitude. 12. Remember that unbalanced force is evil, that unbalanced severity is but cruelty and oppression, but that also unbalanced mercy is but weakness, which would allow and abet evil, act passionately, think rationally, be thyself. 13. True ritual is as much action as word. It is will. Remember that this earth is but an atom in the universe, and that thou thyself art but an atom thereon, and that even couldst thou become the god of this earth whereon thou crawlest and grovelest, that thou wouldest, even then, be but an atom and one amongst many. 15. Nevertheless have the greatest self-respect, and to that end sin not against thyself. The sin which is unpardonable is knowingly and willfully to reject truth, to fear knowledge lest that knowledge pander not to thy prejudices. To obtain magical power, learn to control thought. Admit only those ideas that are in harmony with the end desired, and not every stray and contradictory idea that presents itself. 17. Fixed thought is a means to an end. Therefore, pay attention to the power of silent thought and meditation. The material act is but the outward expression of thy thought, and therefore hath it been said that the thought of foolishness is sin. Thought is the commencement of action, and if a chance thought can produce much effect, what cannot fixed thought do? Aether, and hath already been said, Establish thyself firmly in the equilibrium of forces, in the center of the cross of the elements, the cross from whose center the Creator's word issued in the birth of the dawning universe. 19. Be thou therefore prompt and active as the sylphs, but avoid frivolity and caprice. Be arrogant and toilers and salamanders, but avoid irritability and ferocity. Be flexible and attentive to ninjas like the undines, but avoid idleness and changeability. Be laborious and patient like the gnomes, but avoid grossness and avarice. Be not hasty to condemn others. How knowest thou that in their place thou couldst have resisted the temptation? And even were it so, why shouldst thou despise one who is weaker than thyself? 7. Thou therefore who desireth magical gifts, be sure that thy soul is firm and steadfast. For it is by flattering thy weaknesses that the weak ones will gain power authority. Humble thyself before thyself, yet fear neither man nor spirit. Fear is failure, and the forerunner of failure. And courage is the beginning of virtue. Therefore fear not the spirits, but be firm and courageous with them, for thou hast no right to despise or revile them. And this you may lead thee astray, command and banish them, curse them by the great names if need be, but neither mock nor revile them, for so assuredly wilt thou be led into error. 9. Man is what he maketh himself with and inherits it by his inherited destiny. He is a part of mankind, his actions must happen only what he calls himself, but also the whole universe. And worship and neglect not the physical body which together bring mention of the outer and material world. Therefore let thy mental equilibrium be above disturbance by material events. Strengthen and control the animal passions. Discipline the emotions and the reason. Nourish the higher aspirations.
Learn first, O thou who aspirest unto our ancient order, that equilibrium is the basis of the work. If thou thyself hast not a sure foundation, whereon wilt thou stand to direct the forces of nature? Know then, that as man is born into this world amidst the darkness of matter, and the strife of contending forces, so must his first endeavor be to seek the light through their reconciliation. Thou then, who hast trials and troubles, rejoice because of them, for in them is strength, and by their means is a pathway opened unto that light. How should it be otherwise, O man, whose life is but a day in eternity, a drop in the ocean of time? How, were thy trials not many, couldst thou purge thy soul from the dross of earth? Is it but now that the higher life is beset with dangers and difficulties? Hath it not ever been so with the sages and hierophants of the past? They have been persecuted and reviled. They have been tormented of men. Yet through this also has their glory increased. Rejoice, therefore, O initiate, for the greater thy trial, the greater thy triumph, when men shall revile thee and speak against thee falsely, hath not the Master said, Blessed art thou! Yet, O aspirant, let thy victories bring thee not vanity, for with increase of knowledge should come increase of wisdom. He who knoweth little thinketh he knoweth much, but he who knoweth much hath learned his own ignorance. Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than of him.
Learn first, O thou who aspirest unto our ancient order, that equilibrium is the basis of the work. If thou thyself hast not a sure foundation, whereon wilt thou stand to direct the forces of nature? Know then, that as man is born into this world amidst the darkness of matter and the strife of contending forces, so must his first endeavor be to seek the light through their reconciliation. Thou then, who hast trials and troubles, rejoice because of them, for in them is strength, and by their means is a pathway opened unto that light. How should it be otherwise? A man whose life is but a day in eternity, a drop in the ocean of time. How were the trials not many? Couldst thou purge thy soul from the dross of earth? Is it but now that the higher life is beset with dangers and difficulties? Hath it not ever been so with the sages and hierophants of the past? They have been persecuted and reviled. They have been tormented of men. Yet through this also has their glory increased. Rejoice, therefore, O initiate, for the greater thy trial, the greater thy triumph, when men shall revile thee and speak against thee falsely. Hath not the Master said, Blessed art thou! Yet, O no aspirant. Let thy victories bring not vanity, for with increase of knowledge should come increase of wisdom. He who knoweth little thinketh he knoweth much, but he who knoweth not hath learned his own ignorance. Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than of him. Man has the right to live by his own law, to live in the way that he wills to do, to work as he will, to play as he will, to rest as he will, to die when and how he will. The man has the right to eat what he will, to drink what he will, to dwell where he will, to move as he will on the face of the earth. Free man has the right to think what he will, to speak what he will, to write what he will, to draw, paint, carve, mention, mold, build as he will, to dress as he For a man has the right to walk as he will, take your fill, will as he Fight, man has the right to kill those who would thwart these rights. The slave shall serve. Love is the law. Man has the right to live by his own law, live in the way that he wills to do, to work as he will, to play as he will, to
to die when and how he will. To man has the right to eat what he will, to drink what he will, to dwell where he will, to move as he will on the face of the earth. Free man has the right to think what he will, to speak what he will, to write what he will, to draw things large and small, build as he will, to dress as he will. No man has the right to love as he will. Take your fill and will of love as he will. With whom he will. I'm 51. Five man has the right to kill those who would thwart his rights. The slave shall serve. L58 love is the law. Love under will. Has the right to live by his own law, to live in the way that he wills to do, to work as he will, to play as he will, to rest as he will, to die when and how he will. Man has the right to eat what he will, to drink what he will, to dwell where he will. Man has the right to live by his own law, to live in the way that he wills to do, to work as he will, to play as he will.